Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first video in our series of automation basics. In the upcoming videos, you'll learn all the essentials needed to understand and create your own automations. Today we'll start with a foundational understanding of how automations actually work. So, what exactly is an automation? What are actions and what are triggers? It's actually pretty simple, but let's go over the terms before we dive into creating our very first automation ourselves. An automation consists of various elements called nodes. The goal of an automation, as the name suggests, is to initiate a process that runs automatically in the background without you having to take action. For example, you can use an automation to automatically add context to a newsletter. And here's how it works. Contacts might scan a QR code that you created with our touchpoint generator. This brings them into a WhatsApp chat with you and they automatically send a message. In this case, the trigger is the message they sent. SuperChat recognizes this trigger and knows that a specific automation should now start. In the simplest case, this automation might add the contact to a particular contact list that received the newsletter. Additionally, you could set it up to send a confirmation message to the contact, letting them know that they've been subscribed to the newsletter. These two events, adding the contact to a list and sending a message, are called actions. An automation, in its simplest form, consists of a trigger and at least one action. That's already pretty useful, but automations really show their power when we add logic nodes, which function as filters. These logic nodes direct contacts down different paths within the automation. An example of such a logic would be if you have multiple newsletters that a contact can choose from. After the trigger, you would send a message with quick replies, directing the contact down different paths depending on the newsletter they select. You would then have a separate contact list for each newsletter. Once an automation is triggered, the contact enters what we call a run. During a run, it only moves in one direction, meaning you can't go back to a previous step. You stay on the path you've chosen. A contact can only be in one run of an automation at a time. They must complete the run before starting another. However, a contact can be in multiple automations simultaneously. All active automations can be viewed in the contact window, where you can also manually stop them. We differentiate between three use cases for automations. Chatbots are great for gathering information from contacts, for example to qualify leads. Workflows process contacts internally, like adding labels or assigning them to contact lists. The third type of automation is marketing sequences, which automatically send messages like newsletters, personalized offers, or announcements. So, we've learned that an automation consists of individual nodes. These nodes are either a trigger that starts the automation, a logic or filter that directs contacts down different paths, or an action that, for example, assigns the contact to a list, sends a message, or similar. The execution of an automation is called a run, and a run only moves in one direction. Each automation can have only one active run at a time, but a contact can go through multiple automations simultaneously. And now that we've covered all of the basics, in the next video we will have a look at the automations builder and how to work with it. And there's nothing more for me to say than see you in the next video.